A few days ago, I caught up with a friend that I know for a very long time. He's about 10 years younger than me, a high school dropout, working in the supermarket as a checkout operator. He's been doing this for a while, doesn't earn much, and of course, feeling stuck. That's what he told me in the coffee catch-up. I can certainly understand how miserable it can be. In my first 2 years of my career, I was working as an office clerk, earning close to minimum wage. Couldn't see myself getting promoted or earning a huge pay rise. Needless to say, I was unhappy. In fact, I was feeling hopeless. Now, don't get me wrong, I have lots of respect for those people who are working minimum paid jobs because they worked hard for it. But let's be honest, it's not a position that we want to be in for long. You don't want to live below your means for the rest of your life, do you? And not to mention, you have a hard time when there is a financial emergency. If you happen to be stuck at a low paying job, then keep on watching because I'm going to share one method that is easy to implement but will dramatically increase the odds of changing your life for good. Hello everyone, if this is the first time you come across to my channel, I create content about career empowerment for young professionals. If you find my content helpful, be sure to like, subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out. Now, I don't know your situation, but my guess is the main reason you work on a minimum paid job is you don't have a choice. Maybe you don't have any qualifications or work experience. Maybe the job market is bad and you have to take on whatever you can get for the time being. Or maybe you are just not lucky and you can't find a better paid job that suits you. Sure, earning minimum wage sucks, but it's more than struggling to pay the bills. Speaking from my experience, if you work for a low paid job for a long time, then two things could happen and they can harm you in the long run. The first problem is you are more likely to develop a fixed mindset. I've mentioned in this video that a fixed mindset is a toxic mentality that you should get rid of. If you haven't seen it, definitely check that out. It's fairly easy to get a minimum paid job because of the low barrier of entry. That's how I started. Back then, no one was willing to hire me because I didn't have any job experience. So I worked there for a while, got used to the job, and I thought, it's okay to stay there for a bit. Now here's the hard fact. Your salary reflects the value you can provide or how big of a problem you can solve. If you are working for a minimum paid job for a long time, then it somehow suggests that you are not significant and replaceable. And that can really hurt your self-esteem. The longer you stay, the bigger the impact it will be. And that's how I developed my fixed mindset. When I saw a new job listing that I was interested in, I'll instantly think myself not worthy of the role. I wouldn't be able to learn the skill for that new position. Obviously, that's not true because all skills can be learned. But my self-limit belief stops me from taking action. Have you ever heard of a saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with? What I'm going to say might be politically incorrect here. Majority of the people who work in minimum paid jobs are struggling and feeling miserable. Probably don't bother developing good habits and getting rid of the bad ones. Maybe even toxic because they tend to complain a lot. If you stay in the role for long enough, then of course you're going to hang out with them more often and you will become a part of them. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all of them are losers. In fact, my colleagues in my first jobs were nice and helpful. The thing is, even they're good souls, they are very unlikely to inspire you because they are too busy making for a living and they have their own problem to take care of. And that means you're not getting inspiration, which results in no growth. As you can see, when you're stuck in that position for long, you can develop a fixed mindset and make it difficult to create a strong network. Surely it will require some work to be done. But there's one move that you can implement right away that will mitigate the two problems that I've mentioned. It doesn't require much effort at all and you really have no excuse of not doing it. That is seeing more personal development content on social media. For instance, start following influencers like Tony Robbins or Brendan Burchard on Instagram. Join some self-help Facebook group to interact with others. I think no one can deny the fact that low-wage workers tend to spend lots of time on social media. If so, then might as well start feeding yourself with great content that could potentially motivate you or inspire you, and start participating in quality conversation. This is not going to be enough, but it's a good starting point. Remember, everything starts with your mindset, and only if you get rid of that self-limit belief, you start taking different action, and that's how you change your life for good. Once you consume more of those kind of content, you find more about the law of attraction. You figure out how to become more resourceful when it comes to upskilling. You expand your network and you find yourself a different person a few months later. Well, sometimes life might throw us a curveball and we're forced to take on a minimum paid job, but it's not a state that we want to stay for long. Apart from not earning much, that could hurt our self-esteem and also not getting good influences from our peers. It just makes you not happy in general. The quickest fix that you can do for yourself is start feeding yourself with quality content on social media, because that will change your thought bit by bit, and being able to interact with like-minded people will inspire you as you go. It's the simplest thing that you can do to feel better and think better. Definitely give it a go if you're feeling stuck. You have nothing to lose anyway. Comment below and tell me how you think about my approach. If that really works, that would mean a lot to me. And again, I'm a career empowerment coach. If you're feeling unmotivated or struggling at work, book a 30-minute clarity call with me and see if we can figure something out. Details at the description. I'll see you in the next video. Signing off.